Hi, I'm Lateef,
And I'm Darren.
and this is our presentation on the Russian Revolution. From 1854 to 1856, the Crimean War took place, leading to extreme food shortages. In 1861, the Russian Empire deleted serfdom, which later led to peasants receiving more freedom. The Russian Empire used the form known as serfdom, which was a form of feudalism in which landless peasants were forced to serve the land-owning nobility. This practice vanished later in the Middle Ages. Workers and peasants lived under extreme poverty and hardship, while Russia's elite lived in lives of luxury. Struggle took place in Russia due to the injustices of the system, and Alexander II, as he gained his power in 1881, halted all reforms in Russia. And anyone who was to speak other than the Russian language or worship outside the Russian Orthodox Church was labeled as a dangerous person. Once Alexander III took his rule of Russia, he required teachers and schools to send detailed reports on all students. Then, Nicholas II became Czar in 1894 and continued Russian autocracy. Between 1863 and 1900, rapid industrialization occurred in Russia. Because of this industrialization, much discontent occurred among the people of Russia due to low wages, bad work conditions, and even child labor. In 1903, the Russian Marxists split into two different groups, which are known as the Bolsheviks and the Mensheviks. The Bolsheviks were Russian social democratic labor parties, and they were founded by the leader Vladimir Lenin. They were those who were fighting for Russia to get out of its impoverished situations. On the other hand, there were the Mensheviks, who were those against Lenin's rule. Vladimir Lenin was the leader of the Bolsheviks. He was a very smart and well-organized leader. Although Lenin had to flee the country in the early 1900s in order to escape arrest from the Czars. From 1904 to 1917, the Czars weakened, which helped the revolution. On January 22nd of 1905, approximately 200,000 workers approached Czar's Winter Palace carrying a petition that stated better working conditions and elected national legislature and more freedom. Nicholas II ordered fire on the crowd, resulting in more than 1,000 wounded and hundreds killed, creating the name known as Bloody Sunday. On October of 1905, Nicholas II promised more freedom to the people of Russia by creating Duma, Russia's first parliament. Although the Duma later fell because he shared little power. In August 1914, Russia entered World War I to fight with their allies, the French and the British, which would later lead to a disaster for the Russian Empire. The Russian military was no match for the Germans, leading to an economic destruction for Russia. Czar left Russia in 1915 in order to take command of the Russian army front to help influence his soldiers and win the battle. Among this time, Grigory Rasputin increased Russian politics and the Romanov family, and because of this, Russian nobles wanted him dead, so on December 30th, 1916, Rasputin was murdered by the nobles. The government corruption began to get rampant, and the other people of Russia began to lose faith in Czar. This then brought the provisional government, and 4 million soldiers were killed because they were not prepared for this battle.
On October 10, 1917, the Bolsheviks had taken complete power. Kerensky was forced to move under the order of the Bolsheviks. On October 26, all of Russian Congress met and gave power to Lenin. The Red Army won the war in 1923 and they established the Soviet Union. Alliances of the White Armies tried to overthrow the Bolshevik government, but the Red Army fought back and won. By the end of 1921, the Bolsheviks were victorious and Lenin planned to build a new social order. In 1922, the Bolsheviks formed the Soviet Union. Russia would always remain as a single-party state. After the provisional government was formed, the Soviets proved that they had greater authority than the provisional government. On October 26, all of Russian Congress met and gave power to Lenin. In March 1921, Lenin restored all order, but he had a stroke in 1922, which led to Joseph Stalin beginning his ruthless climb to the Russian government from 1922 to 1927. Lenin believed that Stalin was given too much power, and he didn't know how to use that power in a correct way.